Hey, what is going on, guys? RvzStealth here, and in today's video we're going to be taking a look at one of Faker's Sett mid games. Now, believe it or not, Sett's actually Faker's most played champion in solo queue for season 10. He plays him in the mid lane. He's got a 67% win rate on the pick over about 50 games in season 10, so he seems to really like the champion. He seems to have a lot of success on it, so we're going to be breaking it down in today's video. If we first start off by taking a look at like the setup that he runs on the champion, he likes to go for the fleet footwork there as his keystone rune. He pairs that with Triumph, Tenacity, Coup de Grace in the primary page there, and then for secondary runes he goes for the Nimbus Cloak and the Transcendent. So by going for this fleet, the Nimbus Cloak, and then he also runs heal for his summoner spell, as you can see there, he just has a lot of movement speed and it allows him to very easily stick onto his targets. You're going to notice throughout the game how he uses his heal to just either gap close onto the target or to just really easily win out in early skirmishes. So it's a really nice summoner spell on the Sett mid there. For build path, it's really interesting as well. He goes for the Merc Treads Rush here because he is up against Zoe, and then he just goes into a Sunfire Cape and a Dead Man's Plate. He's really been liking just this full tank build on Sett recently, and he's been having a ton of success with it. And then one thing to note here about his ability maxing on his Sett mid is that he maxes E first, W second, and then Q last. When you're playing Sett mid, when you're going up against a ranged champion, you kind of have to play off of that E cooldown in order for you to look to trade into the opponent. If your E isn't up, you can't just run at them with your Q and out trade them. You're just going to get kited out pretty easily a lot of the time, or you're just going to lose the trade. So by having that on a very short cooldown, it just allows for you to play a lot more aggressive throughout the game, throughout the laning phase, and it also does synergize pretty nicely with the tankier build on Sett because you're a lot more of a disruptor in fights, right? You're really tanky there with that build, and then you have a lot more crowd control with your E being on a short cooldown. It also does synergize pretty nicely with the Sunfire Cape passive, to where whenever you end up hitting an immobilizing ability on the opponent, the Sunfire Cape passive there, it's going to deal extra damage. So whenever that E is up on Sett, you're really going to be benefiting from that extra damage from Sunfire Cape. Alright, so level 1 here, starting things off, he's going to take his W at level 1. So you do want to take W level 1 in most matchups. If you're in a ranged matchup, it just allows for you to secure CS in the laning phase without having to overextend too far. So he's just going to play relatively safe here against the Zoe, right? Only walk up when he needs to get a CS. So he's going to walk up here, use his W to secure the CS, also make sure that he gets the shield there from his W, right? So if he uses that at the same time as Zoe is trying to use her Q, he can secure CS and also not take any damage from Zoe. So just make sure you keep that in mind when you're playing the Sett mid. And then right here, he's just going to let the wave bounce into him. If he can keep the wave on his side of the lane here in this matchup, he's in a really safe spot. That's another big pro to the Sett mid, is that like Sett top lane, right? He doesn't have a gap closer in his kit. So if he's pushing, if he's playing pretty far up in lane, he's very, very vulnerable to the ganks. But the Sett mid doesn't really have that issue. He's a lot safer. You're not going to die to as many ganks, especially like if he's playing right here in lane, he's probably not going to die to a gank, especially because he's got his heal as well there, which gives him a ton of movement speed. So he's really safe in the mid lane here in the early game. And so yeah, just using that W constantly, right, to secure CS. Try to use your W like to secure CS and also hit the opponent with it as well, like you did previously there on Zoe. That's how you want to be trying to use it in the laning phase to get maximum benefit out of it. So he sees Lee Sin topside right now. Waves crashing in. Really good spot for him in this matchup here. He doesn't really want to he doesn't want to be the one shoving, so the fact that Zoe's just like constantly pushing the wave in, it's really good for him. He can just secure pretty much all the CS here. Zoe's not really denying him anything. Does have to be a little bit careful. Zoe's roaming top here, but he's actually ahead of CS in this matchup right now, which shouldn't really happen. I mean, Zoe being the ranged champion, having a lot of poke, she should be able to get ahead in this matchup. But right here, he does still have heal, right? So he's pretty safe. If Zoe ends up all-inning him or something, right? She doesn't have ignite either. So if Zoe ends up all-inning, he's got the heal. So you can just run at her, play off of that E cooldown, right? You run up, use E, auto, use W. That's how you trade with Sett in the laning phase right there. And he doesn't even have to use his heal either. If he could have like used heal there and possibly tried to like burn Zoe flash or something, but he felt like that wouldn't have been worth it in that situation there. So Lee Sin is hovering mid here. He has to play relatively safe. He is kind of low on HP, or he is dropping pretty low on HP, but Zoe's also relatively low, so he's fine in this matchup at this point. He's got that fleet footwork, right? So it allows him to sustain pretty nicely. He's also got the Doran shield, just so much sustain here throughout the early laning phase. So even though he is in a more difficult range matchup, he can still do very well. Now that's the trade pattern, or that's what you can look to do. That's the strength of this heal setup for this Sett mid there. So if the enemy just walks a little bit too far forward, let's just go back, rewind this here, and take a look at what he does, right? So if you have them in lethal range, right, then you can very easily, if they just walk up a bit too far, right, he's just waiting for Zoe to walk up a little bit too far here, going for one of these 2 CS, right? He's waiting on these CS here, waiting for her to go for one of these, and then once she does right here, she walks up a little bit too far, right? Instant punish, walks up, uses E, autos with Q there, and then uses W. She flashes the W, and she ends up surviving. But overall, really nice trade there. Getting the heal for flash trade is definitely worth it for him. And now he's in full control of this lane. He's honestly winning this lane right now. He's up about 8 CS, it looks like, if he gets all these. So he's really set to take off in this game and set to carry. So he just wants to just shove in this wave now, get a base in. I don't know. I mean, it just kind of loses him a bit of tempo here. The fact that Fiddlesticks is fighting Lee, they're not going to kill him, right? So yeah, it loses him a little bit of timing here in the laney phase. It's going to take him a little bit longer to get back to lane. He might lose a little bit of CS for that, but he's still in a really good spot here. So let's see what he picks up here on this first base. He's going up against Zoe, right? So he's just going to straight up buy the Merc Treads here on his first base. Really good option if you're going up against like any burst mage champion, right? Against Zoe, Syndra, those are 2 champions that you generally like a Merc Treads rush is really good into them, because as long as they can't one-shot you, as long as they can't just like burst you out really easily, then you're going to do fine into them. So going for Merc Treads rush there just makes this lane a lot easier for him. All right, so he ticks the level 6 now on his set. He's just looking to constantly shove out the wave here. This is another pro to going for the Emax first, right, is that it just does allow for you to shove mid a lot faster. And when you're playing a mid lane champion, right, getting that priority, being able to instantly clear out a wave is really important. So if you were to go for like a Qmax first, right, you'd be sitting mid a lot longer just trying to auto minions down, and it's just more annoying. It just allows for you to be on the map a lot more and allows for you to just get priority to make roam plays. So right here, enemy team is on Dragon. He can't do anything, right? His Fiddlesticks is topside, so he's not going to end up trying to force a dumb fight there. Just go back mid, right? Clear mid out, and then look for roam play top, or look for something to do on the map. There's really nothing to do right now, right? So he looks top. His top laner's in base, can't do anything topside. So just always dip into Fog of War, though, once you do get your priority in lane, if you don't have any like kill threat on your opponent. So he's just going to dip into Fog here, use the Scryer's Bloom, try to find out where Lee Sin is on the map. He's going to clear out a ward here. Head back mid, shove out mid again. His jungler's really not, it doesn't seem like he's playing it too much around mid this game. I mean, I feel like the Sett Fiddlesticks does have some really good skirmish here at the level 6, so I feel like he should start to play around mid a little bit more. If Fiddlesticks, it looks like he's going for an invade here on the Raptors, so if Zoe ends up playing towards topside right now, Fiddlesticks could just ult in mid here and they could get a pretty free kill on her, so let's see what happens. Alright, it looks like Fiddle's going topside, so it doesn't look like they're going to try to make a play mid. I don't know, I feel like with the Sett flash into ult, it's pretty much a guaranteed kill if Fiddle just ults over the Raptor pit there, but I guess they're getting a kill topside, so it works out. So just trading really evenly. Notice with the Merc Treads here, like he takes very minimal damage from the Zoe, so he can just play pretty aggressive, walk up E like that. You also don't have any mana issues, right, with the Sett mid, so it's really nice. Like if you can just sustain through the enemy's poke, right, if you can just sustain through their mana, then you're just going to be at the advantage, because Zoe's out of mana right now. Even though they're relatively similar HP, Sett doesn't run into any mana issues, so he's just in full control of this lane right now. And he's got 78 CS, really good CS here in this matchup. Almost like, not perfect, but very close to perfect. Especially the fact that he's playing a melee into ranged champion. So looking for a roam play bot lane now. He does have his heal coming up very shortly, I think. So he could look that... Okay, he's just going to flash on her. I don't know if the flash was 100% necessary. I think his heal was coming up very soon, but... I don't know. I guess it's better safe than sorry, right? There's so many situations to where you save your flash and the enemy ends up escaping. I think if he knew that Karma didn't have flash there, he probably would have played it more patient and just waited for his heal to come up or just gap closed even further, but he just wanted to secure the kill. Maybe he didn't know that Karma flashed or something. Alright, get a base in now, and I assume he's going to go towards his Sunfire Cape here, so yep, grab that Bambi Cinder. Starting to get really tanky now on his Sett mid. And it looks like he's waiting on something here. Okay, he's waiting on a chain vest, so he's really strong at this point now. He's almost got his Sunfire Cape like 9 minutes into the game. So there's an interesting rotation going on the map right now. Fiddlesticks and Yuumi are going towards top lane because they're 0-3 in lane right now. They're playing up against the Ezreal Karma, not having a very good time. So this is only a play you're really going to see in like Challenger, and like, yeah, you're usually not going to see this kind of a play until you reach Challenger. This kind of a lane swap or just kind of a rotation like this. They felt like they're not going to be able to do anything in the 1v1 anymore, right? So in order to cut their losses, they just go top lane, take down first turret top lane, and it makes it so that they just trade something, right? Instead of just giving up bot lane for free and just continuing to bleed out, at least they trade something on the map. So it's a really nice macro play there by the Twitch and the Yuumi. So he's just constantly shoving in mid here though, getting some plates. And Fiddlesticks looks like he's coming towards mid here, so they could possibly look to make a play. He doesn't have ult up yet, though. Ezreal's roaming towards mid, so we'll see what the macro play is at this point in the game now. Twitch and Yuumi could look to come mid. He could look to go side lane, but as for now, he's just going to stay mid here because Twitch and Yuumi aren't on the map yet. Looks like Fiddlesticks is coming in for a flank play, so we'll see if they can get something here. He doesn't have ult up, so I mean, I don't assume they can really get too much out of this. Yeah. Not going to be able to get anything there, but it looks like Twitch and Yuumi are coming mid now, so Dragon is spawning soon. He's probably not going to go towards top lane here. Dragon's spawning in like a minute or so. So he's probably just going to stay towards mid, look to make a play mid. That's the power of the heal right there. Really nice play. Jump onto the Karma, alter right back into her team. And yeah, that's just the strength of taking heal on the set mid there. Let's actually just rewind that a little bit, right? Let's take a look how he was able to make this happen. All right, so his Twitch is on the flank there, right? So he's just going to come in. He's going to use heal, run right up to the Karma, get in behind here, and then he's going to just alter right back into her team, or right back into his team. Get a W on her there, and they should be able to finish her off. So the heal just allows for you to make a lot more plays, honestly, with this set. Because that's like, if you can get on top of your opponent, right, you're going to win a lot of the time. Or you're going to be able to do a lot of work with the champion. That's his main weakness. So just by taking the heal there, it really allows for that main weakness that he has to kind of be nullified in a way. So he's just going to come towards top now. Dragon is spawning soon, but there is a big wave top, so he wants to clear this out first here, I guess. It's a little bit risky though. Okay, his bot lane ended up getting a kill there on Ezreal, so he honestly probably doesn't even need to go bot now. But he is kind of risking like having his team flip a 4v4 fight here, which isn't the best, but so he's just going to continue pushing top. It looks like his team is cleaning up some kills here, so luckily he isn't punished at all for going top lane here. His team was able to pick up some slack, and they were able to pick up a couple of kills. Okay, Twitch ends up getting shut down, which isn't the best, but he's just going to keep pushing top here. The E-Max there, if you just noticed on that wave, like you instantly clear out that wave too. So it just allows for him to split push pretty nicely here, or just clear waves out instantly and pressure towers. So he's just going to walk up here, right? Use E on the wave, the Sunfire Cape burn there, or the Bambi Cinder burn, and then the W, instant clearance of the wave. So it's just really nice. And now he's just going to back out Ezreal and Lee Sin are top side here. He is level 10. I mean, I don't think they can kill him. Yeah, he's just going to walk out. And I assume he's got enough gold for his Sunfire Cape now. So that should be his base time right here. Sunfire Cape. And then going towards his Dead Man is just going to be really, really tanky here in a matter of time. So he's just continuing to side lane now on the pick here. He's just shoving out sideways, looking for rotation, plays mid. Looks for a pick here on Ezreal. Nobody on their team can really 1v1 him at this point. Their team's pretty far behind. Like Salas is 0-3, Lee's 1-3, Zoe's 1-1. So he's not really afraid of anybody on their team. So he's just going to very easily, like he's so tanky, right? Ezreal deals no damage to him at this point in the game. So he can just very easily beat him through his base damage and through his tankiness there. So just shove out the side lane. The tower's very low on HP here now too, so Fiddlesticks and Sett can just play around this tower here, get this tower down, and then make a rotation over to mid or something. So yeah, the E and the W there on the wave, right, with that Bambi Cinder just instantly clear it out. It's really, really nice. And then he should just be able to take down the tower here. He doesn't have any damage in his build, right, so he might, okay, yeah, he's not going to be able to take it. Fiddlesticks is around though, he's hovering, so he is pretty safe here. He doesn't have to worry too much. Alright, just gonna back out though. No need to play too overly aggressive here and throw the game for no reason. Alright, get another base in here. Oh, okay. Never mind. Just gonna go back towards top lane. And yeah, just keep shoving out the side lane. If he notices that the enemy team is overextending mid or something, he can look for rotation mid, but he's just trying to make sure he stays up in CS, stay up in farm. And it looks like they're collapsing on him here, so he could be in trouble, but he should be fine. I mean, he's still got his tower there, right? So I don't know what the enemy team is doing there. They're trying to make a dive play or something. I don't know. They're all in their jungle, but there's nobody there. And it looks like, yeah, they're just gonna get a pick on Zoe now. Okay, she overextends way too far, and the Fiddle Sett combo is just really disgusting. So it looks like we're gonna have a team fight here. Looks like a team fight's gonna break out, so he's just super tanky at this point. He shouldn't die at all in these fights here. He's got his heal up right now too, so he could even use that to... Alright, he just pops his heal there to give his team some healing. Gap close onto the target. Jump right on top. Really nice ult there. Gets the ult on the Sylas and the Ezreal to slow the Ezreal down, and Wukong just cleans up the kill on Ezreal. So really nice ult play there, honestly. I don't know if he did that on purpose to try to get the hit there on the Ezreal as well, but it was really nicely done. And then just look for a flank play here on the Sylas. Could flash over the wall. Alright. So really well done. Really good skirmish there for his team. His team does do very well in these types of skirmishes, right? He's got the Fiddlesticks ultimate, the Wukong ultimate. Sett's really good in skirmishes, so they want to be taking these like 5v5 fights. They're a lot stronger than like a Lee Sin and a Zoe and an Ezreal in these type of fights here. Alright, unfortunately misses the W there, right? That's why like the movement speed is so important on Sett, right? If he has heal in that situation there or something, or if he just has a bit more movement speed, like he kills Karma. So that's why just movement speed and taking these summoner spells in this setup is just so vital on the Sett mid. Alright, Karma should be dead here. Just looking for a flank play in behind. I feel like he could have pathed. I don't know about his pathing there. I feel like he could have pathed straight towards the tower and cut Karma off, but maybe he thought the enemy team would collapse on him if he did that, and they get the kill anyways, so it works out in the end. And I feel like they still just win these fights right now, so yeah, they should just be able to really easily win these fights. Whenever they have ultimates, like there's no way they lose with Fiddlesticks. So yeah, they're just cleaning up at this point, so 17 minutes into the game should pretty much be over now. Like they're 10k gold up, it's 22-7 in kills, so he's just gonna get a base in here. He's straight up got his dead mans now, so he's so tanky, and he still deals a ton of damage too. Like just with his base damage on his abilities, and the fact that he has the constant proc there of whenever his E is up, right, he gets the extra damage proc from Sunfire Cape, so that just adds to his damage. And he's just gonna be able to soak a ton of damage in fights now too. He's pretty much just gonna be unkillable. So we can just run at this Sylas, even though he doesn't have a ton of MR, like Sylas still can't beat him in the 1v1. So Dragon is up here, but I guess he doesn't feel the need to be with his team. I guess he feels like his team is going to be able to very easily secure that Dragon without him, so he's just going to shove out top lane and just keep pushing out the side waves, stay up in CS here. He's got really good CS this game, almost at 10 CS per minute right now. So yeah, his team is honestly doing very well this game too. Everybody's playing well on his team this game. So yeah, they just very easily secure the Dragon there, no contest at all. And now shove outside, right? Look for a flank play on Sett. He's really good, got really good flanks, right? If you can get behind the opponent with your ultimate on Sett, which it looks like he's trying to do right here, and just get an ult onto your back into your team, then that can just very easily win you fights with the champion. So they're just playing super aggressive here in their base. I don't know. It looks like it might be a bit of a throw if they play this aggro, but I mean, I don't know, they have a Yuumi, right? So they should be able to do pretty much whatever they want here. So yeah, they just easily take out the Sylas. Fiddlesticks gets the Zhonya's off. He's gonna stay alive here. Oh yikes! The Karma with the flash Q gets blocked, and he's just staying alive forever. He should have his W up here. Okay, nice W. Gets the shield, massive shield there. Yuumi gives him the heal. So he's just a raid boss at this point. He's never gonna die. Alright, he was like, what, 20% HP? Now he's like half HP. Yumi's just so strong. Fiddlestick's gonna come for an ult in here. Should be 2 kills as well. Ooh, damn, he misses his E there. That was really close. They're gonna get Ezreal? Okay, they get Ezreal. Nice. They should be able to get a kill on Lee here too, maybe? Oh, he's probably gonna ward hop over. Yeah, okay. Yuumi ult onto Lee. And yeah, I mean, I don't know. I feel like the enemy team is kind of just giving up at this point. They're just kind of just going in one by one, just fighting, dying over and over. They can just honestly do whatever they want at this point in the game. He can just run into their base like this, just fight them under tower. So yeah, that should be... It looks like the game is coming to a close in the next minute or so here. But yeah, hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. Hopefully it does showcase as to why Sett mid can be a really strong pick, a very viable mid lane champion. Not a pick that you see very often at all, but it's one that Faker really enjoys to play. Since most played champion this season, highest win rate champion, I'm pretty sure too. So it's obviously a very strong pick if you can play it well. All right, I feel like this is just a bit of an overstay now at this point, though. Yeah. I mean, he's got Yuumi. All right. Oh my god. Yuumi and Fiddlesticks and Sett just so strong in the 3v3. So yeah, they could honestly 3v5 or 2v5 at this point in the game. They're just so strong. All right, there's the FF vote. So hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, then be sure to drop a like, subscribe if you haven't already. So thanks for watching, guys. Have an awesome day, and I'll see you in my next video.